Welcome to Casual Nerd Reactions. Today we're continuing our journey through Doctor Who Series 7, but first, was anyone else laughing at me last week for not being totally sure if that was filter or not, but 100% not recognizing Arthur Weasley? Because that happened. Welcome to this week's episode. Also, I didn't talk about it, but was that postcard at the very end insinuating the simple fact that Brian, is now traveling with the Doctor to Solaria? Because that's pretty freaking cool. Good for Brian. He's really well traveled now. I wonder if he traveled with the Doctor on any other adventures or if it was just to Solaria. Is he still traveling with them today? I don't know. Series 7 has me feeling like anything could happen. Literally anything and anyone could show up, even companions from a time gone by, even if it's their first time actually being on the show. Perhaps we'll have Riddell again and Nefertiti. Okay, more likely than not, it'll be Rory or Amy or both. Probably both. Either way, I'm excited. I'm anticipating this continuing to be another fun episode and a string of fun episodes. Not that there hasn't been some serious moments in the midst of the last two episodes, but mostly I'm left with a great feeling of fun. Don't get me wrong, Doctor Who often is a fun show, but many times, don't just expect to have fun, because that's right about the time that you stick your feet up and you're like, all right, we're just gonna have fun, is when they pull that rug right out from under you and then we're all crying. The point is, you never really know what to expect with this show, but darn, we're gonna be in for a good time or a good cry, maybe both. Excited to see what today has to offer. Let's experience episode 3 for the very first time.
When I was a child, my favorite story was about a man who lived forever. But his eyes were heavy with the weight of all he'd seen. Fell from the stars.
Okay, this southern person telling a Star Wars story. That's what's happening right now. Where are we? What is this?
I knew you'd find me eventually.
Make peace with your gods.
Sorry, a Terminator story. Oh! Nice try. That's a cool eye, though.
Am I the last one?
There's one more. The Doctor.
Who's the guy with the gun? What does he have to do with the voice that was narrating the opening? Obviously a whole kind of southern gunslinger vibe in the midst of alien Terminator type planet vibe. There was a third point. I don't remember what it was. A town called Mercy. I guess the third one would be, how does he know the Doctor?
Mercy. 81 residents.
It's a lot of stones and lumps of wood.
I like the decision to have them pre-picked up. And a guy with an eye.
I see keep out
kill.
signs as suggestions more than actual orders.
Wow, they're really terrified of new people, it seems.
That's not right.
It's a street lamp.
An electric street lamp about 10 years too early.
It's only a few years out.
That's what you said when you left your phone charger in Henry VIII's ensuite.
Doctor.
A few years too early is still an insane thing.
Keep out signs, aggressive stares. Has someone been peeking at my Christmas list?
Oh, he said he had a Christmas list in the last episode. I suspect that didn't make my edit, but...
Tea, but the strong stuff. Leave the bag in.
What you doing here, son?
Son, you can stay. I'm the Doctor. This is... No need to stand. You see that? Manners.
Are you measuring him for a coffin already?
I'm the Undertaker, sir. Is you an alien?
Well, bit personal.
What in the world? How could they possibly know? I mean, they're clearly in cahoots with the gunslinger dude. Just throw him right on out. Apparently when they said keep out, they meant him.
Hallowed be thy name.
Jeez.
Thy will be done. Get back across that line now.
Is Sheriff here gonna play the protector?
He said he was a doctor, an alien doctor.
Got a reason to hand him to his death?
But Isaac, it could be him.
You know it ain't.
What do you mean? You know what? What?
Showed up 3 weeks back. We've been prisoners ever since. Pretty soon the whole town's gonna starve to death.
Well, they need the doctor to help.
He let us in.
You ain't carrying any food, just 3 more mouths to feed. We'll all die even sooner now.
Oh.
He wasn't a very good shot then.
He was aiming for the hat.
I think it was a warning shot.
Says he wants us to give him the alien doctor.
Why would he want to kill you? Unless he's met you.
Anyway, I think it's about time I met him, don't you?
Who?
The chap outside said I could be the alien doctor, but you said I wasn't, so you already know who it is. 2 alien doctors.
I don't know what you...
All right, Isaac.
Yes.
I think the time for subterfuge has passed.
Tell me more.
I love the Kala. They're one of the most ingenious races in the galaxy, seriously.
My craft crashed about a mile or so out of town. I would have died if Isaac and the others hadn't pulled me from the wreckage.
2 years after he arrived, there was an outbreak of cholera. Thanks to the doc here, not a single person died. The electrics?
Using my ship as a generator, I was able to rig up some rudimentary heating and lighting for the town.
So why does the Gunslinger want you?
It don't matter.
I'm just saying, if we knew that.
America's the land of second chances. We call this town Mercy for a reason.
We evacuate the town. Our ship's just over the hills, room for everyone. I'll pop out, bring it back here. Robert's your uncle.
Really?
Robert's your uncle.
You still got to get past the Gunslinger. How you gonna do that?
With a little sleight of hand.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, next time you get to wear Jackson's clothes.
Huh. I like that the Gunslinger has a gun that tells him the percentage of damaging an innocent. Whoa! It makes me intrigued.
I think he's seen us. This way.
Rory, sometimes you don't have to stand in one place and say the obvious. Although sometimes you want to.
Do you want us to take you home?
I've already given everything I have to the Kala. Here, I could start afresh, help people. That's all I ever wanted to do. You're a mother, aren't you? There's kindness in your eyes.
I mean, she is a mother, but
Sadness.
the sadness.
And a ferocity, too.
Are you a father?
He really
In a
nailed
way, I suppose I am.
his description of her. What does he mean in a way, I suppose I am? What if we have this backwards? What if the Gunslinger's not all that bad?
Yes, I wear a Stetson now.
Better than a fez, sir.
Where is the damage?
Ah, not much damage. That's loud. It's gonna draw his attention off of the sheriff. That's good.
The alarm on my ship.
Maybe the doctor wants to get it working again.
That wasn't the plan. He's not following the plan.
And
Welcome to my world.
what's it mean for you if he's not following the plan, Mr. Kaler?
You have 10 seconds to enter the passcode, or this vehicle will self-destruct. Self-destruct overridden.
This is an awful lot of security for a titchy spacecraft. Personal files of Dr. Carla Jax.
That's not a good sound. Is he a torturer? I think the Gunslinger is actually like a bounty hunter, and he's collecting legitimate bounty.
I'm sorry, Amy. He really should have followed the plan.
Dead or alive.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
I know who you are. What I don't understand is why you haven't just walked into town and killed him.
People will get in the way.
Isaac says he doesn't care about my past, but things may have been uncovered that even he might struggle to forgive. It's unlikely the Gunslinger will shoot if I'm with you. As far as I can tell, he's programmed to take innocent lives only if absolutely necessary.
Oh, well, color me reassured.
No more warning shots. I'll kill the next person to step over that line. Make sure it's Jax.
This man is a murderer.
Yeah.
I am a scientist.
Sit down. Sit down!
I suspect his experiments
Tell them what you are.
inhumane. A little bit understatement.
A war hero.
Gunslinger is a cyborg. A weapon. He and his team took volunteers, told them they'd be selected for special training, then experimented on them, fused their bodies with weaponry, and programmed them to kill.
Why would you do that, Doc?
We've been at war for 9 years. It had already decimated half of our planet. Our task was to bring peace, and we did. We built an army that routed the enemy and ended the war in less than a week. Do you want me to repent?
How many died screaming on the operating table before you had found your advantage?
War is another world. You cannot apply the politics of peace to what I did. When the war ended, we had the cyborgs decommissioned. One of them must have got its circuitry damaged in battle. It went offline and began hunting down the team that created it. We fled. And our ships crashed here.
What do we do with Jax?
What do we do with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a war criminal.
No, he's the guy that saved the town from cholera, the guy that gave us heat and light.
It's him or us.
Why do we start letting people get executed? Did I miss a memo? Doctor, tell him.
I don't know. Whatever Amy said.
Like looking into a mirror. There's rage there, like me. Guilt, like me. Everything but the nerve to do what needs to be done.
Don't question his nerve.
Thank the gods my people weren't relying on you to save them.
But these people are out!
This is hitting some very specific buttons.
You're really letting him do this.
For the doctor.
Save us all? Yeah.
Doesn't feel like the right thing to do necessarily, but that's in large part because of the attitude with which he's doing it. This is scary. I don't like seeing the doctor like this.
If you wouldn't.
I genuinely don't know.
Doctor?
Let him come back, Doctor.
Or what? You won't shoot me, Amy.
How do you know? Maybe I've changed. I mean, you've clearly been taking stupid lessons since I saw you last.
Whoa! Okay, everybody calm down.
Everyone who isn't an American, drop your gun.
Every time I negotiate, I try to understand. Well, not today, no. Today, I honor the victims first. His, the Masters, the Daleks, all the people who died because of my mercy.
Yeah, this is
See, this is what happens when you travel alone for too long.
crazy.
We have to be better than him.
Mercy. My mercy.
Amelia Pond. Fine, fine.
I'd never hurt anyone again. I'm even helping people here.
Last chance. Make peace with your gods.
No.
Isaac!
You gotta stay. You gotta look after everyone. Protect my town. You're both good, man. You just forget it sometimes.
Wow. You're both good men. You just forget it sometimes. That's so fascinating. He gets to wear the badge.
Take Jax to a cell. If anything happens to him, you'll have me to answer to.
Give him to me, or I'll kill you all.
Yeah.
God, you're the marshal.
And you're the deputy.
Jeez, man. I did not see this story turning out this way. Like, I wouldn't have thought this Western story would be the one that taps into the Doctor's past and the decisions he made in the war.
What's going on?
Leave the keys and take a walk. Time you get back, this will all be done. Protecting him got Isaac dead. We just think about our families. Hand him over and we all safe again.
You know I can't do that.
Got us a problem.
Please don't do this.
Why? Reckon you're quicker than me?
Almost certainly not, but this? Town turning against itself, this is everything Isaac didn't want. How old are you?
Nearly 19.
That's 18 then.
Wow.
Too young to have fought in the war, so I'm guessing you've never shot anyone before, have you?
First time for everything.
Jax turned someone into a weapon. Now that same story is going to make you a killer too. Don't you see, violence doesn't end violence. It extends it.
There's kids here.
I know. Who I can save if you'll let me.
You really worth the risk?
Don't know, but you are.
Yeah, what a great answer. I love that. He's not letting them become the killers.
Frighten people. Give me a Dalek any day.
Isaac made you marshal for a reason. And if you're good enough for him, you're good enough for me.
Aw, it's really kind. But I'm gonna still make sure your measurements are on file.
Could turn a blind eye. No one would blame you.
Then Isaac's death would mean nothing, just another casualty in your endless bloody war. Do you want me to hand you over? Is that what you want? Do you even know?
You think I'm unaffected by what I did? That I don't hear them screaming every time I close my eyes? It would be so much simpler if I was just one thing, wouldn't it? The mad scientist who made that killing machine.
Sure would be.
Physician who's dedicated his life to serving this town. The fact that I'm both bewilders you.
Oh, I know exactly what you are. You committed an atrocity and chose this as your punishment. Don't get me wrong. Good choice. Civilized hours, lots of adulation, nice weather, but justice doesn't work like that. You don't get to decide when and how your debt is paid.
This is so fascinating.
Isaac, he was my friend. You want to hand me over? There's no shame in that. We all carry our prisons with us. Mine is my past. Yours is your morality.
We all carry our prisons with us. Ha!
You never know what's gonna spark an idea. Whoa, okay. Whoa. Nobody was expecting him to draw the Sonic. I guess I should have. Doctor wasn't just gonna shoot the man.
Ready?
Oh, cool. They all have it.
It's a trick.
Oh, child.
Go! I can't save them while you're here!
Good.
Deactivate automatic targeting. Switch to manual.
He's ready to shoot.
He's gone.
He's not just gonna run.
Jax!
Where are you from? Where on Carla?
Gabriel!
When this is over, will you go back?
How can I? I am a monster now.
So am I.
I will find you.
I don't doubt that. You'll chase me to another planet, and another race will be caught in the crossfire.
Then face me!
Countdown to self-destruct resumed.
Face me!
No, you've killed enough. I'm ending the war for you too. I have to face the souls of those I've wronged.
Oh my gosh.
5,
Perhaps they will be kind.
3,
He's going full self-destruct.
1.
Wow. I didn't just make it a sacrifice play. What does that mean for Tech?
He behaved with honor at the end.
He did.
We could take you back to your world.
I will walk into the desert and self-destruct. I'm a creature of war. I have no role to play during peace.
Except maybe to protect it.
I was gonna say they need a sheriff here, but I don't. Marshal, whatever. Is that the right choice? I don't even know.
So, our next trip.
Could we leave it a while? Our friends are going to start noticing that we're aging faster than them.
Another time? No worries.
That's a good point about your friends.
By the time the Gunslinger arrived, the people of Mercy were used to the strange and the impossible. Do I believe the story? I don't know. My great-grandmother must have been a little girl when he arrived.
Yep.
But next time you're in Mercy, ask someone why they don't have a marshal or sheriff or policeman there. We got our own arrangement, they'll say.
The Gunslinger is probably still there. Decades, centuries later. He's a legend. I dig that. I gotta say, the Western gunslinger trope, honestly, it's not like my favorite thing. I don't particularly find that entertaining. However, this story, as with all the stories this season, it's kind of like fun with a real dark center. In the first episode, we had, well, questioning what is humanity in the midst of a Dalek and Rory and Amy's marriage on the rocks. Second episode, we had dinosaurs on a spaceship, but we also had like genocide and the Doctor making a choice. And then in this one, we had what's to seem like a kind of a bounty hunter vibe, but then it twisted. The bounty had done some horrible things in the war and has since been trying to make up for it. And the bounty hunter, who's not a bounty hunter, he's just out for revenge because he's the product of a horrible experiment. He is Frankenstein's monster trying to kill Dr. Frankenstein. But the most interesting part of it all is the fact that their story of war and what it might drive you to do was triggering for the Doctor in a very real way. He doesn't spend much time thinking or talking about what happened in the Time War and the decisions he had to make that resulted in, Well, mostly the extinction of the Daleks, although not so much really, because they just keep coming back. A more permanent-ish extinction of the Time Lords, which is devastating and dark. And that darkness, it's been there from the beginning of this run of the show, right with 9. He had this darkness to him. And with 10, it didn't quite come out quite as often, but it was there. And with 11, same, like it doesn't come out too often. That's just kind of the nature of the show, right? But when it comes out, Matt Smith brings that darkness in such a visceral way. Like you feel the weight of it. And it's such a great performance. He carries the whimsy and the lighthearted, childlike nature of the Doctor, the just being in awe with the universe and fun. But he also carries just like this real dark, ancient man energy. So all in all, this ends up being a fascinating episode. It's not going to go down as one of my favorites, but it's one that has to be explored and thought about. And I think the themes of it will stay with me. We are continuing the theme of Amy and Rory kind of taking a break after every adventure. At least with this one, we got the sense that maybe they've been on a couple adventures together. But for me, it's the and I can't really decide if it's a negative thing or just a reality thing. But it's like the fact that there's clearly a lot of time passing in between episodes that is just kind of makes the season feel kind of odd, right? Especially like right from series 1 of the Doctor Who revival, we had essentially 3, 4, 5 episodes in a row that just could be watched right at one story, just kind of woven together, very clearly taking place one right after the other. And then here we have months, who knows how long in between episodes. I find that odd. Again, the episodes themselves are enjoyable, so it's kind of shifted from being like it almost feels like a series of specials, like the David Tennant specials, except not. It's just an unusual structure for a new series or a new season. I'm curious. I know that this season is kind of split into 2 halves. So I'm curious if the first half is just kind of like that, and then the second half takes on a different structure or a different format. I'm curious to find out. It's also just odd having a Christmas special smack dab in the middle of a season. I know that there was reasons for it. I'm confident that when it's all said and done and I look back, I'm going to be like, huh. And I hope it doesn't sound like I'm being too negative or too critical, because I've enjoyed every episode. I'm just questioning the structure. At any rate, I'm excited to find out what kind of adventure we tune in for next week. So I'll see you there. Thank you for watching. Bye.